Hi, this is Jack from Alpha Charts with a state of the market video. Today is August 6th, 2022. Before we get started, this video is for informational purposes only. These are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any stock or security. I may hold positions in some of the equities mentioned. Know your time frame and risk tolerance. Also, if you like these videos, please go ahead and like and subscribe down below. It does help me out, and I do appreciate that. All right, quick announcement before we get started. Like I said last week, I just became a super follow on Twitter at AlphaCharge365. AlphaCharge365. So I just want to let you know what that entails. All right. So if you sign up for the super follow, what do I give you? Top setups for the week. It could be one setup, it could be three setups, it could be zero. It's only the best of the best, right? So fully annotated charts, basically what to look for, some potential entries and exits and risk management along with that. Every other week, I'll be doing a long view video. This will be a weekend that I do the long view, which is more for the person that works that wants to be doesn't want to manage a daily portfolio. They want to manage it maybe on a weekly basis. It just we could participate in the market, we can outperform the market, but we don't need to be involved on the day to day because time just doesn't allow it. I do the work for you. I present it in the long view video. Again, that's going to be just for the super follows. I'm doing a midweek video, just update what happened, where we're at. I do this Tuesday night. Follow up on my top setups for the week too. Where they trigger, what's going on with them. Do they fail? That happens too, right? On Thursday, I do a midweek note. Again, an update, but this will be written form. Every day I share my scans, again, just with my super follows. On Fridays, I'm going to do Friday follows for everybody. So if you use my scans on Twitter, on Fridays, I'll still be sharing my scans for everybody. But Monday through Thursday, I'll be sharing those scans just with my super follow people. And also my DMs will be open to super follows. So, I DM you guys immediately, and then if you have questions about what's going on with your portfolio, whether it's something I mentioned or not, I'll give you my opinion on it, right? What I would do in my if I was in your position. So that's what you get. Again, I charge I think it's $10 is what I charge. So it's a very small fee, I think, for what you're getting. I'm open to doing even more with this. If you guys have ideas, I'm willing to entertain them. But again, for what I'm presenting, it's not a true service, right? I'm not going to give you alerts or anything like that. That's not what this is for. It's more for an education type of thing. It's more for like a mentorship type of thing. Not for an alert service, and it's not a full-fledged service. Trader Lion has a full-fledged service. Is that if that's what you're looking for? The guys over there are amazing. Go with them. But if you're looking for somebody that's going to give you more of a one-on-one type of mentorship, be available to ask any questions, know what you're getting. It's a very small fee, and you're going to get I think a fairly robust package. All right, but that's super follows. That's on Twitter at AlphaSharks365. Just click on the super follow and sign up, and it's very easy to do. Appreciate that. All right, so let's get to this video. State of the market, SPX. Great week. Again, it went kind of sideways here, but it was a really good week, very constructive week. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little pullback. Look how extended these moving averages are right here, right? So again, it came up like I had drawn in prior. The expectation is maybe a little pullback, higher low. That's what I'm aiming on to move this stop back up. Higher low, maybe at the 23-day. Maybe this, this level just, rises a little bit. This comes and meets it right around here-ish. And then maybe a potential breakout at that point, right? That would be the very bullish scenario. Kind of inverse head and shoulder-ish. So again, it would look really good. Again, still have that declining 200-day, right? So price is still under a declining 200-day, but this is starting to look really bullish. Again, I would love to see this pull back and give another potential entry, whether you play the indexes or potential stocks, right? SPX. Let's look at the RSP. Same thing for the RSP. Again, very, very constructive week, I think, moving sideways. This 23-day needs to move up. I wouldn't be surprised if we do see that a little bit of a pullback, and then let's the 50-day kind of catch up too a little bit. But all in all, looking really good. These are declining 200-day. Always cautious with that. Looking at the Qs, again, you have this downtrend line. Price came up almost straight to it. Again, much more constructive on the Qs, right? Which is great for the growth traders. I think that makes a lot of sense. Didn't quite get that inverse head and shoulders that I drawn in here, right? That's just not what happened. Maybe this is a little bit of like a false breakout. It may need to come back some. Again, look how extended we are from these moving averages. I would expect some backing and filling here, maybe coming back maybe to this 308 level, maybe even higher, maybe 310. That wouldn't shock me. Let these moving averages catch up a little bit. 50 days got to catch up a little bit, and then maybe we can break this downtrend line right here. Maybe this downtrend line, which is also as the VWAP from the highs, is right there at 328, and then you have that again declining 200-day right over here. Again, the more we could build out the right side of this base, which I think we're starting to do. That would be my guess at this point. The better, right? And again, it's not going to go straight up. So expect the backing and filling. It's going to happen. And we're extended. So early part of next week, again, I would think that it would come back. And look here. We talked about last week when we were extended here. And then we had these types of candles. Again, I would consider it bullish in all because the buyers showed up. Again, it closed higher than it opened. Gap down, buyer showed up. Gap down, buyer showed up. Churning type action, low volume, and then boom, accumulation, right? Love it. So again, maybe we're starting to see another day or two of this. Let these moving averages catch up a little bit more, and then we can make that another higher level. That's on the Qs. And then, here's the equal weighted product. Again, held where it had to. Strong move higher. Let it move sideways. There's your declining 200-day. We're getting kind of close, which is kind of good. It's exciting. I want price to get back above it. It's above the VWAP from the COVID lows again. Super positive, right? So that's great. Again, don't be surprised if we move sideways, backing and filling, because again, this is way fanned out, very extended. So give it some time. Don't be too tight. If you're in positions, let it pull back. And if you're not, that may give you a chance to enter positions, right? IWM. Looking at this one again, held where it had to. Let's go to weekly. There's monthly. There's weekly, right? Held where it had to. Boom, held, and then it moved higher, right? We had the 5-wave move down. I'm not a huge Elliott wave guy, but I do pay attention. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Just as I drew in there. Coming up, potential area for resistance, extended from the moving averages. Again, in the kind of declining volume as it moved into this range. No problem. Expect it to come back. Okay? It's going to happen. I'm going to get rid of this right there. But here's the 200-day moving averages going lower. But again, a pullback will pull it in a little bit more. So when it breaks out, it's going to be that much better. Okay, it's going to be a process. It's going to be a time, and it's gonna work. And again, I can, trend line doesn't really work that great here, so we won't even put that in. But you kind of have an idea. It's kind of, this is an important area right here. But IWM doing everything right, just extended, right? And look at the midi caps. Here's your mid caps. Again, doing everything right. Got a little extended. Again, don't expect a little bit of a pullback. And then the breakout, there's your 200-day at 475. Yeah, as it's coming up into it, if it breaks, as it breaks this overhead supply area, this 200-day will probably be in the green area. And again, that'd be just a really nice move, potentially higher. Okay. Now, if we see any of these roll over significantly, that's a different story. Then it was just a counter trend rally. Again, we do have a declining 200-day. So we got to take that for what it is. Moving on to the ETFs. here we go. So XLF held where it had to. Again, we've talked about this level being super important now for months. This was the 2007 highs. This was the 18 highs. This was 2020 highs. And this held as support right here. There's your 200-week moving average right there as well. Whether it matters or not, it did this time. And then we have the nice bounce. We have now a bullish cross, all the moving averages. Again, it's participating. That's all we have to see with financials. Participating. Cool. Looking good there. Let's look at SMH. If I can type right. SMH. Okay. We have this band I drew in here of potential supply. Price is coming up to it. Very bullish look to it. Again, expect a pullback. Look how extended it is from these moving averages. There's your 200-day right overhead. So let it pull back. Maybe it makes this inverse head and shoulders as it pulls back and then breaks out, gets above the screen area. The 200 days should be in that area as well. If it has any time spent making a pullback here like this, may even be shallower than that. And then a breakout, right? That's the bullish. So expect the pullback. So a lot of semiconductors are looking good. So maybe look for opportunities there. But as an indicator, everything we want to see, it's doing right now. Very, very bullish right now. XTN, let's look at transports. Yeah, transports are doing amazing too, right? This is equal weighted transports. And, they held where they had to hold. Going back again, 2018, 2020, held here in 2022. Boom, like straight off the bottom, right? So transports doing great. There's your 200-day overhead, got extended, but doing what they need to do. And let's look at home builders. Yeah, so they obviously crashed off the top, but they kind of came to this bottomish area, never even came all the way down, came back up. Again, we saw the declining 200-day, but very, very bullish. Maybe it needs to pull back as well, but very, very bullish off the bottom, for the last month and a half. So it looks great. So all the ETFs are looking pretty good. Let's go and look at some of the other indicators, take off the moving averages before I get into them. Boom and boom. All right, VIX. There's your VIX. Continues to make lower highs and lower lows, continues to decline. Beautiful trending market. That's what we want to see. There is bond spreads, again, making lower highs and lower lows. That's what we want to see. Coming down. Hasn't made a lower lows compared to this yet. I'm talking about, lower lows here. We'd love to see it take out this one. We'll see. Maybe it gets a little bounce up and kind of, a little toppy pattern right there. I don't know. But either way, it's looking great. It's coming in. It's tightening. That's what we want to see. But call ratio, you know what? Not extreme in any direction. People don't believe these moves. They don't know which way to go. That's what we want to see, right? This type of indecision. That's really good. MMFI. Breadth continues to work well, way back up in this area. That's what we want to see. And so that's, I'm not even going to gold. Let's go into Bitcoin. Gold has been such a dud. Bitcoin, you know what? It's been doing good, right? It's been doing good. Higher highs, higher lows, right off the bottom. This should have been, and maybe still is a bear flag, but it's going kind of long in the tooth at this point for it to be a bear flag, in my opinion. We'll see what happens. Just my opinion on this. Putting some of these moving averages back on here. Boom, boom, boom. Those are the four that I want right now. You see 50 days starting to curl back up. We saw a big time decline in 200-day. But things are starting to work out for Bitcoin. We'll see if this is just another flag and then it moves higher. That's the expectation. I don't know. We'll find out soon. So all in all, I think everything is looking good, just extended. I think that, this is a nice market. It's a very tradable market. The question is this still a tradable? Is this just a rally in a larger declining market, bear market, or is this the beginning of a base building in the bottom? I'm beginning to think that, based on what I'm seeing in the charts, that this is more of the beginning of a base building bottom. Doesn't mean it goes straight up. I'm expecting it, again, we're extended, to come back. It's going to have to chop around, make another maybe higher low, higher in, make a higher high, until this 200-day can start to flatten out. Until the 200-day flattens out and prices above it, I have to be suspect the market, which means that I'm watching closely for signs of deterioration. I don't see any of that right now. So I still think it's a good idea to be long the market, buy the dip. I think dip buying is fine right now, as long as everything stays the same with all the internals that we just went over. That being said, I still have us in yellow light territory, even though because things are still looking great, and just because of the declining 200-day. Right off the bat, that's going to cause me to be in a yellow light territory no matter what. You position size the way you want to, okay? Again, yellow light just means smaller positions, stops a little bit closer, max 50% invested. Again, that's your choice. But more importantly, if things start to stop out, stay in cash, right? That's a sign that the market's giving you information right there, okay? So again, there's a VWAP overhead, there's your declining 200-day, extended from the moving averages early next week. Expect the pullback. Now, if it looks like this, that's pretty good. Maybe we already started it here on Friday, but if it looks like this and just moves sideways a little bit, that's really bullish, right? And let's these moving averages catch up, that'd be great. Whatever it is, just be aware. Right now, I believe dips can be bought. Just know where your stops are going to be. Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, don't forget, if you want to super follow me, again, I get private DMs from my super followers all the time. I answer the questions, as they come up. Again, it doesn't even have to be on the things that we talked about. It could be on other parts of trading. So go ahead and take a look at that if you please. And I hope you guys have a great week.